Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 is claimed to be the best MCU movie since Avengers Endgame.
It's the best Marvel movie since Endgame, and the best Marvel movie since Endgame.
So did that claim turn out to be true, or is this movie just another disappointment? Well, you will be happy to know that Volume 3 has a really good story. You follow the Guardians as they learn more about Rocket Raccoon's past, and the director James Gunn does a really great job at blending comedy with drama, which makes the whole movie easier to take in, because this is probably the darkest MCU movie that we have yet, especially with scenes involving Rocket's past. And after nearly getting traumatized by those, the comedy comes in and saves the day without killing the mood set by the scene. It also helps that the comedy is actually funny. But most importantly, since this is the final Guardians of the Galaxy movie, this does such an incredible job of wrapping up the storylines of each of the characters. When you get to the finale of the movie and you see where everyone ends up, it will warm your soul just by how perfect it was. And the performances across the board were enjoyable, but Bradley Cooper as Rocket Raccoon was the star. This is the first time you really get to know Rocket, and how Bradley Cooper portrays Rocket facing his past traumas, that will bring tears to your eyes and remind you that, oh yeah, Bradley Cooper is a dang good actor. And it wouldn't be surprising if Rocket becomes your favorite MCU character after watching this movie. I also want to shout out Zoe Saldana as Gamora, but this is a different Gamora than what you've seen in the previous movies. This is a version of Gamora that doesn't know the Guardians, and Zoe Saldana gives this Gamora an inner strength and independence that you haven't seen before, and it's really empowering. Gamora has this brilliant line that she says to Star-Lord, something like, "What are you so scared of that you're using me to fill it?" 1. Saldana really makes you feel Gamora's frustration when she delivers that line, and 2, it really makes Gamora stand out on her own besides just being Star-Lord's girlfriend like she was in the past 2 movies. It was just fantastic seeing Saldana portray this true version of Gamora. Loved it. And the main villain in this movie, the High Evolutionary, was top 10, maybe top 5 MCU villain of all time. First off, props to the actor Chikuti Iwuji for playing this character in such a way that really makes you get in your feelings. This isn't some sympathetic villain that you can relate to. The High Evolutionary is a despicable being. You will hate him, like you'll want to see him die. That's how much you'll hate him. And that's a good thing. Because lately in the MCU, you either have villains that you'll really love, like you'll think they're cool, or you have the villains where you're just like, oh yeah, he's there too, and then you'll forget all about him later on. The High Evolutionary though will disgust you. He is truly a villain. There ain't no sad backstory, there's no, oh he kinda has a point type of thing, none of that. He's a sick, twisted monster, and that will stick with you for a long time. The absolute best thing about this movie though, they use the F word. It's only one. PG-13 movies are allowed one use of the F word, and this movie uses it well. You will enjoy it. The only issue with this movie is that it takes a minute to get going. The first 20 minutes or so, you're gonna be like, uh-oh, this is starting to look like Quantumania all over again. But it does pick up, and stays up. So you're all good. So is this the best MCU movie since Avengers Endgame? You might think so. It's high up there. It reestablishes the high quality that fans of the MCU have come to expect from their movies, and it's such a beautiful, fun, heartfelt conclusion to these characters, the story, like, you will love it. This is a sure thing because Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 isn't a B-Town movie, it's an A-Town movie. Speaking of Avengers Endgame, now might be a good time to re-watch it. Check out my review on it by clicking on the box right here, and if you enjoyed this review and you want to see more, like, comment, and subscribe to this channel so you don't miss anything, and I'll see you in a bit.